Kristian Jones, and today we're here at Weston Pools Fishery on the canal, and I'd just like to talk you through a few ways to be more efficient when shallow fishing. First thing to talk about is the setup. I always use a short fist top kit when I'm fishing shallow, as it just helps you to land the fish quicker because there's a shorter length of elastic, but also it stiffens up your pole, which is very important for hitting the fast bites. That is also why I use a short number 3 section as well. It just helps you to hit your bites, which is so important when you're fishing shallow. I'm going to talk about the rig as well quickly. I've got a white hydro elastic, 018 mainline, an RW dibber float, a couple of number 10 shot above a real short 2-inch hook length. All that helps to do is keep your rig tight and help you hook more bites. So, just want to talk about feeding. We're fishing with pellets today, and I normally choose to feed with 4 mils, as these sink nice and slow compared to a 6 or an 8 mil pellet, especially when you're fishing for F1s. So I normally try and feed a couple of times before I ship out, prime the fish up before I ship out, and hopefully I should get a quick bite. The fish are feeding quite shallow today. I'm catching somewhere between 8 and 12 inches. So I'm going to go in to start with shallower, because what I don't want to do is go in and foul hook a fish. So I've started at 8 inches, which is really important, that because what I can do is if I go in too deep to start with, I foul up one and I spook the fish that are in my peg feeding. Give it a couple of slaps when you initially go in, and just try and gauge if you're fishing at the right depth. The fish will tell you this. If you go in and you're not getting signs, you're fishing too shallow. If you go in and you're getting a lot of signs but you're not hooking the fish, then you're fishing too deep. So initially I've gone in here now and I've not had any signs. So maybe I'm fishing a bit too shallow. So my sort of philosophy on this is, don't sit there and wait for it to happen. You've got to try and make it happen by moving your float about. So I'm going to do ship back quickly and change my rig to a slightly deeper rig. So this is where it's important to have a few different shallow rigs made up at different depths, all measured up so you know exactly how you're fishing. Everything else is the same, the only difference is the depth. So this rig now is around 11 inches deep, so hopefully I should get a bite. Again, feeding before I ship out and give it a few slaps, and hopefully if I'm fishing at the right depth, and there you go, I've hooked one straight away. After sitting there waiting, I waited for 30-40 seconds, fishing 8 inches deep, never had a sign. A couple of inches deeper and I'm straight in. So ship back nice and smooth. Because you've got a nice short length of elastic in your top kit, the fish should pop up quite quick and you can net it straight away. And that's the most important thing about these short top kits. Nice little ghosty F1. Again, it's all about getting into a rhythm with shallow fishing, so I tend to put my top kit on, feed 10 or 15 pellets, and then I can ship straight out and hopefully get a quick bite. Again, a couple of slaps, make a bit of noise, hopefully hone the fish onto your hook bait, and I've got one. So you can see I'm now fishing at the perfect depth. I'm not missing bites, I'm hooking a fish straight away. There you go, another lovely big Weston Pools F1. Another thing that's important, as important as the depth, is also the length of line between your pole tip and your float. If you get this wrong, you can have problems with missing a heck of a lot of bites, and obviously fishery rules dictate to how short you can have it. Here at Weston it's 4 inches, all fisheries are different, so I try and get it as close to 4 inches as possible. Sometimes that's not always the best way though, and I've actually got a few rigs at similar depth but with a slightly longer line, and that just means that you're keeping the pole away from the fish. So it's important to experiment with it, have a few different ones and work out what's best on the day. And that's why we have the marks on the pole. I've actually got all the pole marked up in inch intervals, and that just makes me know exactly what depth I'm fishing and how long my line is above my float. And the good thing about this is if you have a really good day catching at a particular depth and with a certain length of line above your float, then you can reference it for next time, and you know, gives you a good bit of heads up for the next time you go out fishing. So straight back on with a 4mm pellet. Feed and ship straight in. Hopefully get another quick bite. Couple of slaps, fish on. You can see now that depth and that line length is absolutely perfect. So when I have a good day like this and I've caught a particular depth, that's all. What I will do is I'll take note of exactly the depth and the line length, and I'll go from there.